Right, so we just picked up with this Panasonic. It is a DMR-EZ47V. I've got this at auction. We paid £25 for it. So 30 quid with the auctions, the commissions. And I know it doesn't work, which is why I bought it, and we got it so cheap. On the front, if you can read that, DVD plus VHS will not work. Error code U81. Internal capacitors failing. There's another sticker on there. It's resell original vendor for repair, and it's had its electronic pat test and passed. Right, so let's get this apart and let's try and fix this. Right, so hi, I'm Lee. Welcome back to the channel Fix It for Reselling. We buy and sell stuff online, mainly on eBay. So we got it from the auction. I've plugged it in, and like the label says on the top, it has got the U81 error. I didn't film it. It sat on please wait for a good 5 minutes or more. So at least what they say is true. Now this is a common fault with these Panasonic models, and it is caused by the capacitors failing on the power supply, which is under the DVD drive, as far as I know. So error code U81 is a common fault with these, and hopefully easy to fix. Right, so let's just turn this off. We're going to unplug it and let's get it apart. So just got a couple of screws on the side there, one on the back, a couple that side. And while I get this apart, I'd like to say a big thank you to Zainul. I hope I've got the pronunciation right and not just messed it up completely. But they purchased a load of stuff from our eBay store after watching one of our videos, and the support is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for that. If you would like to look at our eBay store or our website and support us, the website is still currently being built, but the links are in the description down below, and any support is amazing. So thank you very much. Alright, so screws are undone. Slide the top out. Now, although this is probably quite an easy job, it's a bit fiddly because you do have to take all of this out to get to the board underneath. You can already see that capacitor there is blown. Zoom into it. Oh, I don't know whether you can see that, but that is a bulging cap, and it is spewed some gut of its guts out. Hopefully you can see a bit better there. That is bulging, but yeah, that is well bulging, so that's definitely one of them. Alright, so we're going to have to take the front off. Got a screw on the top of here. And under the bottom, what we got under the bottom, it's usually like a couple of clips, but hopefully no. There's no. Sometimes there's little tabs underneath the bottom, but I think this one's just going to pop up from the top. Slide out. Got a little couple of tabs on the side. Let's pop those out. Got to try and lift these tabs up the top without breaking them. That's that, and that should just pull forward and off. There's your front panel. Right, we'll undo the DVD drive. I think this one is just to pull out. Yeah, it's got a bit of, just got a bit of tape holding that in there. So just pull that out, and that should just slide out of there. Just pulls out. Right, it's a DVD drive. Couple of screws, one at the back, one either side. That is the kettle boiling. My lovely wife making me a cup of tea while I work. So I'll let the kettle boil before I carry on, because it's noisy. Let's pull these cables out. Or just pull out. Alright, kettle's bored. Should be making more racket in a minute. Now this board does have to come out, so we're going to have to take this off. We're going to have to remove the back as well. So that's one screw there. Got a screw up the top of the here. Luckily a lot of these screws are the same, so I'm just chuck them in with pop. Screwed down to the board through these holes. One, two, three. Is it going to pop up now? Yep. So this is connected to the board just with that connector in there. So that just pulls out. Right, so there's another blown cap, blown cap, blown cap, blown cap. So just by looking with the eye, you can see 3 blown caps. There's another one, 4 blown caps. They're all bulging. So let me take the camera off the tripod. We might be able to show you a bit better that they're bulging. Oh, and these ones here. Just adjust the brightness on our exposure. Right, so there you can see those caps, they are actually leaking as well. So we've got those 2 there. Got that one there, if you can see that is bulging. Got this one here, if I tilt it. Hopefully you can see that one is bulging. You can see this one at the back of here. That is leaking and bulging. Anything else? I think there are about 5 or 6. This little one down here, hopefully you can see that is, might not be able to see on the camera, but that is bulging. Just trying to adjust the exposure. Definitely looks like it's bulging. And that's about it for now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, I've got 6 caps bulging. And I think on these models, it usually is all 6 that you replace. And yeah, all 6 are blown. So let's get the back off of this. I'm not sure whether I'm going to have these capacitors laying around. Let's take the back off. We literally got to undo all these screws because all these are attached to the board. The fan might not, the fan will unplug, but I'll always take the fan out and clean them anyway. That's the back off. Pull the fan out. I'm gonna have a good old clean up. HDMI board just lifts out. It's just got a little connector on it. Now we just got to undo these three here, and there's another one just underneath. I've just got a little plastic clip at the back of them. If you've got nails, if you don't bite them like me, you can probably just pull them out a bit. Or you can just wedge a little screwdriver in there, not too big. And then these should just be able to wiggle these up. I have no thumbnails, so I usually use the end of a screwdriver just to gently one side and the other. Once you've got it up a bit, you should be able to get your fingers in there and wiggle it up. Don't bend them back, just disconnect them. That's that one. Be gentle with them clips, you don't want to break them. Just want to slide something small in there, and once you've got it undone, there you go. Right, just got one more down the front, just one more down here, which is in a right awkward place, so you wouldn't be able, probably be able to get your finger in there. So set this up, just be gentle. Right, now I think we've got one screw, two screws through the board, 1, 2, holding it onto the bottom. One, two. And that should be that, unless there's any more hidden screws. No, there you go. And that's it. That is now your board out. Right, so let's have a look what values these are. I mean, 1, 2, 3 are spilling liquid, 4 spilling liquid. And the other 1, 2, those two are just blown, I think. Right, so let's get the main part out of the way so we can work on the board, see what's what. Where's that tea?
Oh, yeah, I know, I'm coming.
Yeah, Barmy, still ain't made the tea. How long's that been? Right, some glasses on so I can see. Right, let's have a look. Got this one here, which is a 16 volt, 120 microfarad. You can see on there, I don't know. Not sure if you can see on that. That is a 16 volt, 120 microfarad. This one there, that is a 470 microfarad, 16 volts. Then we've got a 10 volt, 47 microfarad. We've got a 25 volt, 100 microfarad. 10 volt, 680 microfarads. Then all the way back here, that is a, where are we? Might not be able to get in there, but that is a 35 volt, 68 microfarad. So I'm just going to have a quick see if I've got any of them spares. We'll just get me a little soft paintbrush and we'll get all the dust out of here. Hate working on dusty old machines. Usually I take these outside and I like blow them off with air, but just for the purpose of the camera, most people won't have compressed air or anything like that. You could just go and do this outside because it's very dusty. But just use a soft brush and you can just brush all the dust off. Right, so let me go through these and see what I've got. Okay, so I found 6 replacement capacitors. They're all exactly the same value, except for some of them the voltage is higher. You need to have, when you're replacing capacitors, you need to, the microfarads need to be the same. The voltage can be higher, but not lower. So we've got all these. I mean, these are used capacitors, but once I've tested this is working, I will buy a set of new ones. I might buy a few of them, and I might put some sets of these for this model on the website that you can go and buy. If I do, I'll put a link down in the description. I've used my cheap ESR tester just to test all those old capacitors, and they are reading fine. This is a DIY one that I think I got off Amazon. I can't remember what it was now, 10, 20 quid. But basically this one comes as a kit and you just you put it together. I don't think you have to solder. I don't think you have to solder anything. You can just buy it with the frame and put it together. But you basically put a capacitor in there, press the button, test it. And it gives you your reading on the screen there. Although one thing I have noticed, I have downloaded like a little ESR chart, but this is miles out. If you go by the ESR chart, then these would be dead. But I have tested new ones and they read similar. New capacitors have the similar readings. So right, so all we've got to do now is desolder all these. So we just got to flip it over. You have got the capacitor number on here, like this one is C11751. So if you flip it over, oh, let me zoom in actually. So you can see that one. So I'm not sure, let me try and get it in the light. Not sure if you see that one, C117, was it C11751 on there? So if you flip it over, you'll see on the board as well, where's my finger? There, you'll see C11751 written there. So you know it's those 2 points you need to desolder. Oh, what have I just flicked on the floor? Just flicking my capacitors on the floor now. Because it's such a messy area, as people have commented. But I plan on getting myself a little working area. I'm currently renovating a house, so it's a full renovation, so I've got a little corner to work in at the moment. Alright, so we've got a soldering iron set up at 360 degrees. Just got some solder resin. I like to just dip my solder in there, give it a quick clean so the tip's nice. Dip it back in there, and that flux will stay on there. That resin, that solder resin, will stay on there for a little bit. Doesn't burn off straight away. It should help desolder these. He says. Too slow. My solder socket is a bit knackered and I need a new one. I mean, the easy way to get rid of these, if you haven't got a solder sucker, Although you do really need one to clear these holes out. But let me do it this way. You can just grab the capacitor from the back. And as you heat up the pins, you can just slide the capacitor from side to side. A lot of times they bend the pins over, so they don't always slide out nicely. Oh, I'm unsoldering the wrong one. I'm unsoldering a bloody wire. Is that one this side? Oops. Makes it easier. Unsolder the right size, you can pull it out. So don't get your old ones and your new ones mixed up. Put a bit of solder back on this, because that's not the one I wanted to take off. That will do. Once you've pulled the component out, it should be easier to use your solder sucker on there just to clear these holes. Like that. Let's see if we can show you them. Where are we? Where's the soldering tip there? So there you go. The solder sucker's cleared the holes nicely, so we can put our new ones through. Right, let me just go through and take all these other ones off the board. This time, hopefully, unsoldering the right ones. Right, that's them all off the board. So now we just got to put these ones back. I'll find the right one. So I think this other one I've got here is leaking. Yeah, it was got an ESR of 45. That's no good. That is out on another machine. That is rubbish. Right, definitely got ones that work now. All tested and working. So let's get these on the board. Straighten this solder out that's on the legs. So it goes through the holes nicely. Right, so I've written down what spot, and then if you look on the board, when you're putting them back in, you can see the little, where are we? There. See that little curved line up top? That is your minus side. It's only on one side. And your minus is that side, so we know it goes in that way around. Minus in there. Alright, so just going to solder all these in. Just tack one leg in place and then flow some fresh solder into there. Right, and that's it. That's all the caps on. So let's stick this unit back together and see if it works. These are old capacitors. I will be ordering a load of new ones, like I say, but this is just for the video for the moment. And it might not work because they are old capacitors, although they do read okay on the ESR meter. Bring this back in and plonk it down. Just going to put this back together enough to test it. I didn't actually have to take that whole back off. I could have just undone the screws from here because it's only this board that's coming out. Likewise with this, I didn't have to take that off of there. I could have taken that whole frame out, although the screws are easier to get to when you take the DVD drive out of it. Need to make sure that this lines up so the connector under here pushes on nicely. That's it. Slide this back in. Should have put that back in when this was off. Hopefully taking this little panel off will help me get that in there. No. Yep, that's in. Just sit that on there for a minute. We'll just plug the fan in. Snap the front back on. Always hold the video. You can't see what I'm doing. When you put the front back on, always hold the video door open. There. Always hold the video door open when you put it on, otherwise it doesn't go over this catch properly. And your door will be permanently stuck open. Don't force the front back on because it needs to line up with all the little connectors that are on the front there. I think that'll do for now. Put the power lid in, it's not actually plugged in yet. Everything is connected back up. We shall put the HDMI lead in just in case it does turn on. Make sure that's not bending the board. Right, where's my other camera? I'm just going to plug my other camera in to view the front while this is recording. Right, so I'm just using my other camera to film it as I plug it in. Right, so here we go. That's at the front. Plug it in. Please wait. Let's see what happens. You stand the fan up in case it starts blowing shit around. Now it usually does flash on please wait for a while. can hear things moving that didn't happen before. The disc is spinning. I think it's doing a self check now, hopefully. Just reading something in the disk drive trailing. Hey, and there we have the time flashing, so no more error code. So, power it on. VHS, hello. No cassette. HDMI. Turn out the TV. Oh, so that's on A1 at the moment. Let's try flicking over this DVD, see what's in here. So, drive selector on DVD. Oh, it says there's a DVD RAM in there. Let's hit the play button. Hope it's not a porno. Okay, that's the DVD. Let's unmute it. So we've got the DVD player. Where's the remote? Let's have a look at the menus. I can't remember how to get the play up. So there's a playlist that's on the DVD RAM. Carpenters, Mega Volcanoes, Royal Families. So there we go, it's all up and running. Picture's not great.
To capture something striking, you need to keep your eyes open. In Search of George Clooney, Friday at 9 on Channel 5.
Right, let's just get out the navigation. Get on a Freeview, which is going to need tuning. So, options, function menu. Nope, don't want that. So, there you go, auto setup restart. So it'll delete everything and we can reset it. But no, that's good. Looks like it's working. Right, let's cut back to the other video. Cut back to the other camera. Fan's not spinning at all, but probably not hot enough for that. Right, so let's eject this disc. So we've got a nice RAM disc, a nice DVD RAM disc in there. Block some of that light. That's dusty. It's been on a while. 120 minutes, 4.7 gig. So that's handy because I've not got a RAM disk. So I should be keeping that one. Right, so that's it. I'm now going to give this a full test. Right, so let's just whack in a VHS and see if that plays right. So that goes in, loads up, press play on the remote. And yep, that looks to be working fine. Tracking's a bit out by the look of it. So that's it, one of my favourite films. You can hear it working, it's playing fine now. Tracking might need slightly adjusting. But we're going to call that, I'm going to call that working for now. That's done. I've been online, I've ordered new capacitors. They all come in packs of 5 for what was it, £17.10. £5 is £5 delivery, so £17.10 all in. But it's 5 sets of these. One of them was a pack of 25 because it worked out cheaper, so got a pack of 25 of one. So what I'll do, I've got another one of these machines that I'm going to change the capacitors on. It's got a different error code. It's got a U81, which I think is something to do with the drive. But with the 3 capacitors I'll have left over from the sets, I'll put those together in a bag and I shall put them on a website for sale. I'll leave a link down below. I'll also, there goes the Ring doorbell. I'll also put in the description down below what capacitors are needed. Yeah, and like I say, I'll make sets of the other free ones. I'll leave a link in the description down below so you can buy them from the website, probably for, I don't know, £5 plus probably £1.50 postage, so £6.50. And then you're using the same capacitors that I've used to fix this machine. So yeah, we'll leave it there for now. This machine, prices on eBay are all over the place at the moment. I mean, there's stuff goes on bids, but if you look at sold price on eBay and you see that an expensive item has gone on bids, you'll probably see that, you know, these machines have sold for £70 and £90 on bids. But you know, there are machines that have, for spares and repairs, that have sold for £90, so more than working machines. The true value of these is probably around £250, especially a refurbished one. Some people are getting £350 for them, but I should probably list this for £250 and hope to take £200 for it. There's no way I'd sell it for less than £150 because these machines are well worth it, and they're getting scarcer because they break like the capacitors go, and people will just skip them. You know, it literally costs £3 or £4 to fix it in a bit of time. So we're going to list it for £250. If it doesn't sell, we'll lower the price to £200, but it should easily sell for £200 or £199.99. So that's it. I'm going to leave it there. I'll clean all the VCR heads and the DVD lasers. I'll give it a full clean out when the capacitors come. Put the new capacitors in, then I can sell it as refurbished because it's got new components. So it should be good for another 10-20 years or even more. So thanks for watching. Please give us a like, leave a comment down below if you liked it or not, and please subscribe to the channel. All the views help. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.